Hi there, my name is Manjunath. In this video, you're going to learn how to migrate your WordPress website from the subdirectory of a URL to the root directory of another URL. But why would you want to do that? When I get a project from a client for website development, the first thing that I do is create a subdirectory within my website, which is cmanjunath.com. On that subdirectory, I install WordPress, build the entire website. And when the time comes for launching the website, that's when I migrate the content from the subdirectory of my website to the root directory of my client's website. It's worked out very well for me. I definitely recommend this process for you. I'll talk about the benefits of this in another video. In this video, I'm going to show you the process of migrating the website from the subdirectory of one URL to the root directory of another URL. Let's get started. So this is what we're going to do. You see, this is the website. It's on my subdirectory within my website, which is cmanjunath.com. The idea is to migrate all of these content from my subdirectory to my client's root domain. This is the root domain. This is the website that we want to take it to. Currently, I have a coming soon page. This coming soon page will be replaced by this content. It's as simple as that. In order to do this, we need access to the cPanel. On the one tab, I have cPanel to my account, to my hosting account, and there is the cPanel for my client's account as well. Here's a three-stage process that we're going to go through so that you really understand how to migrate your WordPress website from a subdirectory to the root domain of another website. In order to do this, the three stages are going to be downloading. First of all, we are going to download all the content from my subdirectory. Remember, that's where we're taking it from, and then we are going to upload it to my client's website. That's stage number 2. So within each stage, there are multiple steps, but I make it super simple for you. Just stay along and you should do fine. Last but not the least, there is the options table within the database that needs to be fixed a little bit. It's crucial. That's why I've listed that as stage number 3. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. Step number 1, or the stage 1. Within stage 1, the first step is to get to the root folder. Okay. So I'm going to go into cPanel, click on File Manager, and on the left side, you should see something that says public_HTML. Click on the plus symbol. Look for that specific subdirectory. Here I have it. Select one of the files or folders in this list. Click on Select All. That will ensure the entire list of files and folders are selected. I'm going to right click and click on Compress. Zip, compress. Okay, here we go. It has been compressed. I can click on Close. And if you notice in this list, you should see a zip file right there that says wp-admin.zip. I will right click on this, click on download, and then I'm going to basically save it on my PC like so. Okay, there we go. That's been downloaded, which is great. I can open and show the folder right there. That's been downloaded, which is great. Now we'll head back to our cPanel right here. Now there's one thing that I want to bring your attention to, and that is to check the database name. Okay, this will come in handy later, but I just want you to know that I can find the database name in WP config file right here, wp-config.php. Right click on that, click on View, and you should be able to see the database name right here, the DB_name. It is CMMAN_BWF Richerlands. Okay, so that's something that I created when I created this subdirectory within my website. Okay, so now I'm going to close this tab and go back to my cPanel right there. You need to, the next step is to download the database right here. Okay, I've already taken a look at the DB name or the database name in the configuration file, which is what I recommend for you as well. Now, once we're in here on the cPanel, I'm going to go to PHP admin. Click on that, and on the left side, you'll see this plus button, click on that, and you should see that exact same database name. This is what I was referring to. Click on that and it will show you all the different tables within my database right now. Okay, there's a bunch of them right here. So we need to click on this checkbox that says check all, and all the tables within the database have now been selected. Click on export. Make it quick, just leave it as is, the default, and then click on go. So in the first step, what we did was we downloaded basically the zip or the compressed version of all the WP files or WP content from the file manager. In step number 2, we are going to PHP admin, and in this case what we are doing is we are selecting every single element within that database and we are saving it on our PC in this case. Again, I'm going to open this, show it in the folder. Right here we have both the WP admin, which is the entire content that I got from file manager, and now I have the SQL or SQL file as well, which is great. Okay, with that we complete stage 1. It's as simple as that, wasn't it? Download is complete. Now it's about uploading. Now uploading involves a bunch of different steps. Step number 1, upload the files, and then we'll have to remove the zip file. How do we do that? Just close this tab, go to your client's cPanel. In this case I am in Richland cPanel. On the left side I'm going to go to look at the file manager again. I'm going to click on file manager. On the left side, go to public HTML. Right now there's nothing in it. What I'm going to do is click on upload. By the way, if there is any other file or folder here, in your case it could be, I've already deleted that, so you might want to select all of that and click on delete. That will take care of that. Keep it empty, and then what you need to do is click on upload, select the file. Now we are going to basically upload the WP admin file that we had downloaded from the subdirectory of my website. I hope you're with me. Just select that and click open. That will upload the file. Now this might take a few minutes. All right, this is now complete. We have 100% done. So I'm going to close this tab. And if you go back to this cPanel right here, your clients, you should be able to see an empty one. Just click on reload and you should see that zip file that we just uploaded coming up right there. Right click on that and extract. That's fine. Let's click on extract file. So this is very important. Like I told you, we are now uploading the file, the zip file, and then extracting it on our client's root folder. Okay. What you need to do is just remove that zip file, which is wp-admin.zip, which we are trying to upload now after extraction. So that's my next step. This is done. Great. Look for the zip file. Right here it is. Right click on that and you should see delete. Skip it and delete. So that's one major step complete. Uploading the files. Next, I want you to keep an eye on something that's very important for us. Okay, we're going to look at the database name right now. If you go into the WP config again, right click on it and view it, you'll notice that the database name is what we had on the previous hosting account. That's on my website's hosting account. We'll have to change this. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to create a database with a new database name and all that, and then we'll replace this. We'll come back to this in a little bit. For now, what I'm going to do is go back to the cPanel. We are in the file manager. Let's go to the cPanel, and on this one you will see my SQL databases, my SQL databases. Just click on that and we'll have to create a new database. Okay, we will call this CMM and maybe 123. Okay, I'm just calling it CMM 123. You can give it any name, but just remember the characters that you use. Okay, click on create database. There we go. I'm going to copy this this is going to be the database name. I'll come back into a notepad and basically save this CMM123. Now within this database, you also need to create a user. Okay, we have the name created, the database. Now we are going to create something like so. Okay, that's a user. Remove the password. Just generate the password. I'll copy this, right click and copy it. I'll save it and use the password. So this is an auto-generated password which we are going to obviously save in here, because like I told you, we are going to go back into the cPanel and the file manager and basically change this on that config file, WP config file. Okay, so we've created a user, that's good. Also make sure that you copy this username and come back to the username and paste it like so. Now we have to go back, and now there's this important step, very important that you make sure that you do this. You've created a username and you've created a password for the new database. You should be able to connect that to the exact database that we've created. So CMM user is the username, I know, and CMM123 is the database name. I'm going to click on add, and then you're going to get all these different options. Click on all privileges. Once you check that, click make changes. So what you're essentially doing is, for this database, for that username, you're giving all the privileges so that we can add tables to the database. I'm going to click on go back, and here we are. The database is now connected. It's got a username and it's all good. Okay, I'm going to close this. One last thing that I want to do, which is very important as well, is we've created the database name, username and password and all that. We've linked the user to the database as well. Now what we need to do is just go back to the WP config and replace the name that we've got now. We've got the database name, database username and all that stuff. So in order to do that, just go to your client's cPanel, get into the file manager. Remember, on the left side, go to public HTML. On the right side, you should see wp-config.php. Right click, edit it. This time we are editing it. And if you notice, there's the DB name. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. This is the DB name. I'm going to replace that by selecting and right click and paste that name right there. Okay, sorry, that's the username. I shouldn't do that. Should be username should be this. I'll right click and paste it like so. And then here is the database name. Right click, copy, come back in here. This is the DB name. Just make sure you replace this in the quotes, single quotes. Let that be, just paste it in there. And then of course comes the password right here, like that. Copy it, come back in here, and very carefully select all of this and right click and paste it as plain text. Okay, so that does that. Now when you scroll down a little bit, you should be able to see the table prefix. This is also an important one. It says WP underscore. Okay, so when we upload the tables on the database, you should see the exact same prefix. Okay, so just remember, we've looked at the table prefix, which is WP underscore. On the top right, there is a button that says save changes. Click that, and that's great. All right, so now you know what, we've uploaded the WP files. We've also created a database. Okay, I'm going to go back to the cPanel. This time I'm going to go into PHP MyAdmin. Remember, we downloaded the database from the subdirectory of my website from PHP MyAdmin. Similarly, we are going to now upload that in here. So this should be familiar by now. This is the database that we've created. Click on that. This table will be empty. If there is one, just delete it. This should be empty. Now we are going to import. Click on choose file and upload that SQL file that we downloaded from my subdirectory. All right, let's click on open. There we go. So you need to click on go. When that happens, you'll notice that it will start processing that, which means the tables on the database that was there in my subdirectory is now being moved to the root directory of my client's website on their database. Okay, so give it a little time. Once it's done, we'll get back. Okay, then it's done. The import has been successfully finished. Now let's click on structure, and you should be able to see all those things that were there as a part of the database. These are the different tables within the database that was there on my subdirectory. So let's take a look at this. These are the different steps we've done. We've uploaded the WP files, removed the zip file. We checked for the table prefix. Remember WP underscore. That's the same thing here, which means we are cool. If there is any change, then you'll have to go back to your config file, change that table prefix to match this one. Just remember that in your case, if you see a different prefix for the table, you might want to go back and change it on the config file. Moving on, we created a database, a brand new one, and we've called that CMM123, right? That was the one. We even created a username and password and linked the username to that database. Great. Next comes the WP config. We went into the WP config file and replaced the database name, database user, as well as the password on that, and we saved it. Next, we imported by going into this specific database. We imported all those tables which was in the SQL file that we had downloaded on our PC. We've done that by going into PHP myadmin and then basically on the new DB that we created. The import is now successful, which brings me to the last part of this entire process, which is options. Now you need to look for a table called options right here. If you scroll down, you should see one that says options right there. Okay, and on options you see this browse. Click on that browse and you should see two top files right there. Okay, these are your site URL and home. Okay, now this is a place where we are basically going to change the URL from whatever was on my subdirectory. It was cmmanjunath.com/richerlands. That was the URL structure. Now by changing that here, I would be directing all those pages, all those permalinks to the new URL, which is in my case my client's URL, right? So all you need to do is just double click on this and you'll get this stuff. Highlight all of that, delete it, and what you want to do is just copy this. That's the URL for my client's website. Come back in here and right click and paste it. There we go. Okay, that's that. I'm going to do another one right here. If you notice, the second one in this list is home. That also I'm going to right click, just double click on that. The whole thing will open up. You will be able to delete it. Okay, clear all that and paste it in again. It's the exact same one. Okay, https:// the actual website URL, and boom, that is done. Okay, so just one last check at everything. Looks like all is well. Okay, now I'm going to go into a new incognito window. So we are going to test if it's all done. I'm going to go type in my website, my client's website URL now, and then hit enter. And boom, we have it. We've done it. Right now, the website has been moved to richerlands.in, and this is my client's website. Everything looks neat and good, just like I expected it to. Okay, now this could be a little thing. What you want to do is sometimes these URLs may be a little messed up. So what you want to do is go into the WP admin of this website. I've faced this issue in the past, so this is only a permalink issue, so it shouldn't really be a big deal. Once you log in, you should be able to see the screen. To fix that error on About page, all you need to do is just scroll down all the way to the bottom, go into Settings, under Settings, go into Permalinks. So what happens is on the subdirectory, the website when I developed, I made the permalink as post name. By default, it could be on plain or custom or whatever in this case. So what you need to do is just select post name and then save changes. That'll do the trick. Now, if even that doesn't work, go into your pages and posts. And what you could do is select all of them, do bulk actions, click on edit and then click on apply. And then here status, change it to draft, update it. And do the exact same thing one more time, but this time change the status to published. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Let's click all of that, click edit, click apply, and then choose the status, click on published, and then click update. And boom, that'll take care of it. Let's quickly see if everything is fine. There we go, it's done. Now I'm going to go into my website right here. It's there. I'll do a refresh. All right. Now if I clicked on About Us page, for example, boom, there we go. You see the website is loading as intended. Very cool website indeed. And let's look at another page. And there we go. We have the products page as well. That's loading all right. Excellent. And that's basically it. The website is now completely migrated from my subdirectory, my website subdirectory, to the root directory of this website. Okay, and anybody can log in and they'll be able to access it. There are a couple of things that I do want to fix it, but that's for later. If you notice, I need to update the WordPress, and also during the website development process, what I do is I keep the crawlers, the search engine crawlers, from crawling the website and indexing the website. Now that it's launched, after making minor corrections and final touches, I would go ahead, go to settings and then reading, and finally uncheck this this little checkbox right here. Okay, that'll do the trick. That's it for now. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and let me know if you've used this process, if you've migrated your WordPress website from a subdirectory to another domain, and if you had any issues, more than happy to help you. Just let me know in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel for more useful information about digital marketing. I'll see you next time. My name is CM Manjunath, signing off. Bye bye.